It's Week 16 of the NFL, and we'll see Gino.
A happy Christmas Eve to all. What a good one we have in store as we are underway here in Week 16. On the return here. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win. And that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
That is caught. It's Uzomah. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And this will be a Falcons first down as good running gets them to about the 44. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Touchdown, Falcons! Amari Cooper, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Falcons march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. But Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6".
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-to-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
Chris Wormley in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, if they have any thoughts of coming in here and getting this road victory, that's not the way to start it out on the first play of the game.
Yeah, one thing you always say when you go on the road, take the crowd out of the game. They actually brought the crowd into it by permitting that sack right out of the gate.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15. That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here. Someone who runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and knows how to get the ball to the end zone.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Falcons offense making their way onto the field. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Out of the gun, Smith.
Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a first down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive, and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
On second down, here's Barkley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Yeah, it's still early in the game. No sense taking a chance on 3rd down and forcing one into traffic. So I like the wise play he made there. Get it to the sideline out of bounds where no one's going to have a chance at it.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line.
Looking to throw. McKee. That's caught by the rookie, Quentin Johnston.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him.
A gain of 13 yards. And the Colts first down.
Here's McKee.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Back to throw, McKee.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And McKee now. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
First carry for the Boise State Bronco, Alexander Madison.
And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 19 carries, 89 yards, and a touchdown.
And as we discovered in talking with the coaching staff prior to the game, going up against a team that struggled against the run has only emboldened them to run the football more. I expect 40 to 50 carries in this game.
A throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 38-yard line. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march from Falcon territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38.
McKee now to throw. That's complete. It's Josh Wiley. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
While you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you feel like you can. And when you look at this team, you definitely think that it is, because anytime you can tell your offense, just get us a couple of touchdowns, we got this thing locked down, that's when you know you're playing well.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Well, McKee will look to throw it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 20-yard line. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
McKee to throw here. That's to the tight end, Wiley.
Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Falcons 17.
McKee finds Johnston. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown, Colts. Darren Waller, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Colts go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
We're still in the first quarter, but it's apparent they're going to have to come up with a different defensive game plan for him because right now he's kind of having his way against that defense and has added a touchdown to the list. How do you slow him down? They're going to have to mix up some coverages, maybe change who's guarding him.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and we are tied at 7. That one in the books as a 12-play drive.
And it concludes with a touchdown reception by Darren Waller. On the return, here's Shaheed. And he returns this to the 22.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Now Geno on 1st down. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Well, Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground.
Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a 1st down now, playing behind the sticks.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Smith.
That's complete to Palmer.
It'll go as a gain of 4. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Throwing now is Geno.
A throw out wide going to be incomplete.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Take it at the 37.
Well, following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
And that's caught one more time by Boyd.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and now it's 3rd and 4. Back to throw. McKee. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Shoves him aside. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
These two teams all tied after one. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll go Madison up the middle.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Madison running left. Pushes past him. He's a bulldozer. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. They'll try to run with Madison. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Alexander Madison, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 2.
Geno now to throw. To Barkley on the check down. It'll be a gain of just a yard. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
And Smith's throw taken in by Cooper here.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 yards and a 1st down for Atlanta. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
7 yards there and a 1st down.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield, but as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a 1st down.
2nd down, here's Barkley again.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack.
58-yard attempt.
And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
This offense returns to the fold along with running back Alexander Madison.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. On 2nd and 10, McKee. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. Operating from the gun. McKee. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Max Crosby has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
If you rank one from the bottom in statistics, that's usually not good in this league. And this team, one from the bottom in sacks, but somehow they've got 3 in this game. What's going on?
I know, they're 31 and 32. They better be careful, or they're going to be top 30 in the league.
Here's Jake Bailey now.
Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return.
And it will be Falcon football. Atlanta regains possession of the football.
Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Now this throw caught left side. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain there of 21 yards. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Here's Smith. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Barkley, inside handoff. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
Barkley. It's going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
A shotgun snap for Smith. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Colts are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it, because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. I like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you.
They'll start on the ground with Madison. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3.
2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
On the handoff, it's Madison. And a decent move, but brought down quickly just outside of the 5-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. That is caught. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a 1st down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Looking to throw, McKee. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Here's McKee. Throwing the out route, finding Boyd for the completion. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. A 1,000-yard campaign in his sights, Charles, but needs a little bit of a kick here down the stretch to reach it.
And sometimes at this stage of the season, you're looking for that extra goal, right? That extra motivation to accomplish what you want, not just as a team, but as individuals. He's got to stretch.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
Got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Darren Waller with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half.
And the Colts will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Well, partner, I mean, if anybody was still questioning whether or not he had an NFL caliber arm, I think you can toss that right out the window. That was a heck of a throw right there.
I would agree totally. Question it no more. This rookie, big-time throw right there. Great poise, stepped up, trusted he could lay it in there perfectly, and he knew that his guy was going to make the catch on the other end. Nice collaboration.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. But the Falcons now going to go on offense late in this 1st half. Well, not much time remains here in this 1st half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the 1st half. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Geno. Complete to Hilton. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve.
As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in everyone to this Christmas Eve edition of the EA Sports Halftime Report. So let's get to it. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. It was a running back, Alexander Madison, who put together a solid first half. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break, but I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
A quick throw caught by Kupp out wide. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that'll bring up second down.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 46-yard line.
Running from the shotgun with Madison. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. Now they'll send Kupp in motion right. Back to the ground on first down. Here's Madison. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the Falcons' 31-yard.
McKee now to throw. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
It's a gain of 6. And the Colts first down.
Here's Madison running on first down. Down to the 22-yard line.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Now a give to Madison. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
75 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances.
And he takes it in for a Colts score. Alexander Madison with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Colts take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Falcons 7.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And they're going to have terrific field position as they finally get to him, but just shy of the midfield stripe.
We all know that teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Smith now to throw. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. Now Smith. And the catch made by Hilton. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At the Colts 34-yard line.
Throwing is Smith. That is caught. It's Uzama. Touchdown, Falcons. C.J. Uzama, 34 yards.
And the Falcons are able to cut into that deficit. So a very important first drive of the third quarter, Charles, and safe to say, a much-needed touchdown.
Which leads to the question, what was this in the first half? Because if they'd had a few more drives like that, they wouldn't be in this situation. But that is the kind of drive that sends a message to the other side. We're going to be here, and we're going to battle you to the end.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that cuts the lead to 28-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. This offense returns to the fold along with running back Alexander Madison.
The Yeoman's effort on that last drive. 7 carries, got the touchdown as well. And the O-line probably got a little extra oxygen on the sideline in between.
And deservedly so, because they were also calling for him to continue to get the ball, because there's a rhythm that gets established, right? When you're running it well and the back's getting the ball and he's in sync and reading blocks, and the offensive line wants to continue to pound away. Haven't met an offensive lineman yet that likes to pass block more than he likes to run block. And that last drive, we saw the end result, didn't we?
Yep, and all were rewarded with a trip to pay dirt. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Third quarter action, and we appreciate you spending your Christmas Eve right here with us. 2nd and 10.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 37 yards. Another good throw there in what has been a strong rookie season to this point, Charles, as he now has surpassed the 3,000-yard mark with that last completion.
And just think, he's been forced to learn on the job here in his first year. Normally, veterans talk about, hey, I've got the answers to the test before the game even begins. But this guy's taking the test with every throw, with every game. And so far, he's passing with flying colors.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down. 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Another carry now for Madison. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Amari Cooper and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And now a stoppage. It looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Out of the gun, Smith. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Geno now to throw. And that will be incomplete. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And taken right on the 30. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. This offense returns to the fold along with running back Alexander Madison. He is hoping to find the end zone for a 3rd time, and we sit now in the 3rd quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. And McKee now. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. McKee will look to throw it. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. McKee to throw here. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. There's a short one caught by Uzama, and he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. We're off to the fourth quarter here on Christmas Eve. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the fourth. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Jonathan Allen on the tackle. He's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Now it's Smith. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now Smith. And his throw here's incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Smith throwing again. A throw left sideline falls incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit is going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Smith. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 14. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, Smith. That's caught right side by Palmer. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. 2nd down from the 8. They can get a first down by reaching the 5. Here's Smith.
To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. Touchdown, Falcons! Amari Cooper with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead is trimmed down to 10. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
Back to throw, McKee. To the sideline and incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Here's McKee. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
37 yards on the punt with no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Falcons back out, getting set for this next drive. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter.
And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's second down.
2nd and 9.
Throwing now is Geno. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned.
No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
Even the most elusive quarterbacks have those tough days where they can't avoid sacks, and this is one of them. 3rd time he's gone down. He might develop some happy feet now, want to escape the pocket and try and gain more yardage with his legs.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They snap it to Smith. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Darren Waller, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Colts are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down, and now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the fourth quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the first down, and after that, the air just went right out of the balloon, and you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Boswell set to kick off.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case as we play on here in this fourth quarter. Now Geno on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cooper. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Geno. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Palmer. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Smith now to throw. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. 2nd down and 4.
At the 47-yard line.
Geno now to throw. He'll get this over the middle here to Palmer. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 27-yard line.
That's another Falcons.
Throwing again is Smith. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Smith. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. From the gun, here's Smith. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 7 yards left for 2nd down. Ball at the 10. He finds him again, Saquon Barkley. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Smith on 3rd down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. They'll run with Barkley. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. This likely a must-have, 3rd and goal. To throw is Smith. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. C.J. Uzomah, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Falcons get a bit closer.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
This is 1st and 10. Smith to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
His throw caught at about the 5. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Butker now to add the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So with just over a minute to play, this becomes a make or break onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And they'll indeed take a knee. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to swell the lead to 6. And this one is no good. He missed it. And that will keep this a 3-point game. So in a game that's been full of twists and turns, here's another with time winding down.
And now, as you say, time's obviously a huge factor. But all you're looking for now is 3. So one big play, maybe a penalty, and you might get that shot after all.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here.
One last throw here for Smith. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. And Charles, in this one, the fourth quarter became a lot more interesting, I know, than I anticipated, probably you anticipated. A comeback bid falling just a little bit short.
You're never supposed to count a team out, and I know we didn't on air, but mentally, I just didn't see this type of a comeback, especially one